Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So in my last video, I was a little out of sorts. It was late and I saw somebody commenting on a video that don't know who they are. I can't give them credit. That they saw that the moon was gone. And there was a star that the moon was near. I think it was a planet. It was a planet, as I believe it was Jupiter, that was near it, that the moon was gone. So I said, the moon's gone. I made a video. By the way, I was talking about the sun before, and now, according to this YouTube, if I'm not allowed to talk about the sun, so I could be censored. So I said the sun's I think it's gonna change color and go back to yellow. So now I could talk, I guess, still about the moon. What did the Buddha say? 3 things that cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So it's very interesting that I'm not allowed to talk about the sun as per some new ordinance that they came out with, or whatever you want to call it. So here I'm talking about the moon now, but the moon disappeared, I said. So I used an app and I went 360 degrees. I looked all over everywhere and I couldn't find the moon. The moon was gone all night. It was gone. Now moonrise is for the Northeast United States is 1:38 a.m. moonrise, and they have a moon set, which I don't really recall them really coming out with moon rises and moon sets. There's also on my phone it was very strange, for about a week, I noticed that on the phone, upper left-hand side of my iPhone, it had a icon for the moon. It would show you what, if it was in, what setting it was in, like what part of the moon was shaded and had quote unquote the sun on it, was giving light. That disappeared again, which I thought was strange. So I was like, what's this? I was going to mention it, but I didn't say anything. And then all of a sudden the moon now, that part of my phone just disappeared again, which appeared a lot of strange things happening with my phone as well. But now the moon is gone. In essence, it's on you could say the other side of the planet, or however you want to refer to it, but it's below the horizon. I said maybe the moon stand for maintenance. People were commenting, well, if the moon's gone, what's going to control the tides? I came out with a video talking about the Black Sea and how they used lasers and they measured it for over 6 months. I think they did a long-term study, and it's not affected by the tides. So how could that be? I don't know. So the moon supposedly affects the tides, but how could it not affect the Black Sea? And you could look that up yourself. That study's been kind of hidden. But anyway, about the moon now, you won't see the moon at night, and now when it's dark out, it's completely black. It's like pitch black. It's like black like I used to remember it to be black, and for a long time it wasn't black. Now you might say, gee, Victor, that's normal. I agree with you. Of course it's normal. Everything's normal. Depends on your perspective, but everything's not normal. A lot of what I've been thinking about is how you kind of get shook. So the things you don't know, and the things you don't know, you kind of know. And it's like somebody taking a rag doll of me and shaking it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, what? I thought that was this way. So you don't know what you know until you don't know it. I found myself being quote unquote some kind of expert on a lot of different subjects, where I didn't realize I knew a lot about history until I saw history change, and all of a sudden I'm like, no, that was this way and this was this way. So it's like, you're in the quote unquote matrix, you're plugged into it, and you just don't realize all the things you know until something changes. It's like, that's what I was saying about from the beginning, like the Mandela effects. It's teaching us something. So it's all this is accelerating a lot of learning process. The other thing I was going to talk to you about real briefly is a lot of this 12th dimensional consciousness, which I've been having a lot of problems with. One of the problems I have is the ego identification, and it's very difficult. So to actually, it's having an awareness of self, but like that part of me that is in reality, having that. It's so hard to describe it to you, but in essence, it's like taking credit for something. So let's say I come out with an idea, like an invention, is what I'm saying. So I'll tell you a quick story. I had a dream, and in the dream there was a hubcap that somebody needed to take off. The hubcap, it was weird. So they were like, oh, let's grab this hammer, and they grabbed this hammer, but it was too short, so they just pushed a button on the handle length, and they like shook it, and then it extended the hammer's length. So it was an extendable hammer in my dream. So I said, and I woke up thinking about it. It had a hexagonal handle, and I could see the whole thing from my dream. I'm like, I looked it up. There's no such thing as an extendable hammer. So I thought to myself, did I just go into another reality and get and saw an extendable hammer? Was I shown this? So I was going to patent it. I'm like, I don't know if I invented it, but I see an extendable hammer and there's no extendable hammer. So I was thinking about, patent it. I talked to people, but like with life, you just get busy. 4 months later, I was hitting up again the patent office, and someone just patented the extendable hammer, so then they were selling it, the idea of the extendable hammer, and they wanted, I think the price was $150,000. So of course I said, that's my idea, that's me, that's my idea. So that's not fair, and then, and it's like, it's the same thing is what I'm talking about, is 12th dimensional consciousness and letting go of ego identification, which from my perspective is so difficult. So when you're hard up for, resources, and, when things are tough and you're like, I have this idea. It's like you have these ideas, is what I'm saying, and 12th dimensional consciousness is part of the creational aspect of reality. And so when I'm like, wait a second, that is me, and that's not me, and this is me, and that's not me. So it's just so tiring, it's so hard to let go of that idea of self, and the whole thing about it is to let go of self to get into the 12th dimensional consciousness set. So that's been a trial, and very difficult. And I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but you could call it the 5th dimension. I've been saying the 12th dimension lately because it feels right. But when you let go more of you're grasping. I've been grasping. You just kind of grasp, and it's hard not to, because we have these kind of, I don't know how to say it. So there's this guy channels aliens, right? Oh, great. Bashir, but he says that there's the invisible boundaries in between different timelines, and that is what I've been saying before, is maybe in a way we jumped a timeline where now the moon is now not visible for a while, and people are saying, oh, it's just a new moon, that's normal. Listen, I get it, but it was up in the sky is what I'm saying, and now it's like disappeared. But anyway, what I'm saying is these invisible boundaries of things, so you could take in and not take in. I mean, I get it, but the whole thing is a whole, like, there's a lot of layers to peel off. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments for my video here. And like I was saying at the beginning, now the moon is not around, and it's pitch black, and I think it's funny. One quick thing, they were showing Moneybags, I guess the name's 73, and he's been doing, I guess, car videos, which, as I recall, I'm the only one been doing car videos, which is very strange. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great day.